Good morning, Internet. This is Michael from Trike Bike, and today I want to introduce you to a new tricycle in the Australian market. This is by a company called Meet One, and this is called the Tour Dual model. And it's very different to everything else that's currently available. It's a big seller in the US, and it's just made its way into the Australian market. Now, you'll ask, why is it called the Dual model? That's because it's got dual batteries and dual motors, and we'll talk about them more in the next few minutes. This tricycle is nice. It's not designed for big, tall people or really short people. It's an intermediate trike, so it fits like 90% of the population. It's got really comfortable seating, a feet-forward position, so it's what I'd call sort of semi-recumbent, perhaps a little bit further back than a normal semi-recumbent, but it's designed to suit people that are riding this tricycle. So let's do a quick walk around and we'll talk about the different features of the Meet One Tour Dual. Okay, let's firstly talk about build quality. The tricycle's made out of 6061 aluminium, which is good quality aluminium. It doesn't rust. It'll last a long time. It's the favourite of all of the upper end of tricycle models. This one features suspension, which is really unique. It's got front fork suspension on the front here. I must have it locked out at the moment, which you can do. But it's got suspension on the front. It's also got double suspension on the back, so you've got suspension on both ends. As I mentioned, you've got dual motors, so one motor drives the front wheel, the other motor drives the rear wheel through a differential. Now, these are 750 watt motors, which gives you a total capacity of 1,500 watts. And like a lot of other tricycles that are in this configuration, you can select one motor, so you can select the front motor, the back motor, or you can have both motors going together if you want the ultimate in performance. Most of the time I've been testing this and riding it with both motors because I'm pretty heavy, and it's got a really nice acceleration profile. A lot of tricycles or bicycles primarily, you can twist the throttle and it's like a light switch. It's on or off. They're almost spinning the wheels to get going. This is not. It's got a smooth acceleration profile, so it just slowly increases its speed until you're up and running. It's quite nice to ride, and I'm sure most people will find it more than powerful enough. Okay, braking with this tricycle, we've got dual hydraulic brakes. So on the right-hand side, we've got the front brake. On the left-hand side, we've got the rear brakes, and there's discs on all three wheels. So these are hydraulic disc brakes, and they're more than adequate for the job of stopping this tricycle. You can lock up the brakes fairly easily. We've also got a throttle. Now, I just pull the brake on so I don't race away when I'm using the throttle. If I didn't, it'd want to take off on me. But this throttle's quite nice. It's a combination of a twist throttle, which a lot of tricycles have, but it's also got a lever for the thumb. So it's a matter of whatever you find the most comfortable to use. There is a metal ring here with some bolts in it for holding on the rest of the handlebar grip. And I thought when I first saw that, that's going to be really uncomfortable. But to be honest, you don't even notice it's there. And it's a non-event. 7-speed Shimano gears going through a derailleur system. So that's quite common, probably the most common on tricycles in the market at the moment. So it's either a 6 or 7-speed Shimano. On this model, it's a 7-speed. Now, safety features. We've got rear vision mirrors that come as standard. These are really good, except I find them to be too close. So where they're mounted at the moment, straight out of the box, they're just not wide enough to see past my shoulders. A smaller rider, no problems at all. So we've got a 5-inch display on the Tour Dual, and it gives you all of the information that you need while you're riding. Gives you your total distance, calories used, battery levels, and you've got 2 batteries on this, so you're able to select one battery or the other. It's quite a nice display. It's really easy to read in sunlight. I have seen a couple of people overseas move the display from the bottom where it's located up onto the crossbar of the handlebars. That way you don't have to look down as far. That may be something worth considering doing, but if you're a shorter rider, that's not going to matter because the display is really nice for you. Okay, we've got a traditional pedal and crank set used on a lot of tricycles, a chain leading back to the motor system and then the derailleur. We also have a chain guard through here, which is something that's very different to most people. It's just a flat plate and it bolts there, and it's got enough strength that you can sort of, when you're getting on and off the trike, if you put your foot on it, it's not going to bend and break. Quite a nice feature on this tricycle. Okay, seating on the Dual is quite nice. They have a traditional wide seat, and this model's used on a lot of tricycles now. It's very, very popular because it's wide, it spreads the load, and you can ride it for hours without any problems. Big feature, however, is this beautiful backrest here. And this backrest is adjustable not only up and down, but backwards and forwards, as well as the seat going up and down as well. Now, not all tricycles have this, but we've got a chain lock underneath the seat. Comes as standard with the Tour Dual tricycle, and it means if you're out and about, you can lock it up. Okay, with our batteries, we've got dual batteries in this, 48 volt, 15 amp hour each. So this will give you a total of 30 amp hours, which is going to be more than enough for about 100 kilometres of just throttle only riding. You'll do some light pedaling every now and again. Now, one thing I don't like about the batteries, just a quick comment, they charge off the side here. So charging this one, you can just plug it straight in. Charging this one is a little bit hard to get the charging port around the frame and into the battery. So with the charging on this side, I'd simply use the key to take the battery off and charge it away from the bike if you need to. But it's just one little thing I found a bit different. And there's always positives and negatives on every tricycle. None of them are truly, absolutely perfect. And in this case, it's just one little small problem that I can see. Okay, on the rear of the Tour Dual, we have a conventional basket that's available on a lot of tricycles. We have a soft carry bag in there as well, so you can put whatever you want to carry in there, zip it up, and you've got no problems. We've got good mudguards on both sides. These are quite firmly mounted, and I find them more than adequate for the job. We've got tail lights on the rear with inbuilt indicators, and one of the major features of this model is rear suspension. Now, the best way for me to show you is to sit on this basket and push down on it, and you'll see the trike move at the back end. So you can see there that it's got suspension, and that takes out a lot of the bumps when you're going over driveways, jumping off gutters or curbs, and it's a really nice feature on this trike. While we're looking at the back end, let's talk about tyres. We've got 3 20-inch rims, so all the tyres are the same size, they're the same type. They're 4 inches wide, and they seem to be really good quality. They've got a good tread pattern that'll be suitable for both on-road and off-road, and I'm sure you'll get a couple of thousand kilometres at absolute minimum out of these tyres. Additional safety features are the tail lights, of course. We've got a headlight here. It's an LED headlight, which is really, really quite bright, large. It looks good on the bike. It gives it a sort of a very masculine appeal. The indicators I really like. I think they're the best indicators I've seen on any tricycle. What I don't know, I haven't found yet, is if it's got hazard lights, so they can both go at the same time. Some tricycles have hazard lights. Okay, one of the very nice features of this tricycle is reverse mode. So say you've got to the end of the path and you don't want to get off and push the tricycle backwards. With this tricycle, you can keep your feet on the pedals. I'll press and hold the minus button, release the brakes, and now I can use the throttle and the trike will reverse backwards for you. It can get up quite a speed, so you just need to be careful. One other little problem with this tricycle, and I believe reading the manual you can make adjustments to it, but a lot of tricycles require the pedals to be moved sort of half a turn before the motor engages, and to me that's a really good safety feature. This one, as it comes out of the box, you've only got to touch the pedals and the electrics will engage and you'll roll away. So there are some settings, which I haven't discovered yet, where you can turn off that sensitivity of the pedals. And I'd recommend that any new owner do that, because I've just if I move the pedals a little bit, I can actually feel the motors engaging and I'm holding it back with my other leg. If you don't want to have that problem, simply put on the brakes and that'll stop the motor from engaging. When the Tour Dual arrives to you, it'll come in a big, large cardboard box and it's primarily completely assembled. There's only a few things you need to do, like positioning the handlebars, fitting the front wheel. Just about everything else is done. So I would say it's 95% pre-assembled. Of course, you've got to go over everything when it comes out of the box to check it to make sure everything's nice and tight. But you'll be opening the box and riding within probably 10 to 15 minutes. It will take you longer, however, to recharge the batteries for the first time. Let's talk about the ride experience and what you can do with this tricycle. This tricycle is a good general purpose tricycle. It's perfect for pathways, on-road. It'll do off-road like gravel roads or bush tracks. It's not going to climb Mount Everest. So anywhere that you would sort of take a child in a pram is where you'll take this. It also does have cruise control mode. Now, I haven't been able to find it yet and work it out. So apparently, if you're riding along, you can press a button and set the speed that you're riding at, and it'll just maintain that without you being on the throttle all the time. Now, this tricycle it gives you a lot of confidence. It's quite firm in the ride. It doesn't lean in the corners. So it'll give people a lot of confidence with the stability. It's perfect for those people who don't have balance and control it. They can ride a normal bicycle. They will get straight on this Tour Dual and they'll be off and riding very, very comfortably, very quickly. The Meet One tricycle, the Tour Dual, is a really well-made tricycle. It has dual motors, dual batteries, dual suspension, and it's up there with the premium tricycles. And of course, you can get more information on this tricycle and the other models in the Meet One range from our website, which is trikebike.com.au. Okay, so that's about it. The Meet One Tour Dual, it's a new model to Australia. It's a really good tricycle. Just a couple of small things that I noticed, and that's just the motors engaging if you move the pedals just a little bit, and also the battery charging. Everything else on it, though, is really nice. Front fork suspension is good. Rear suspension is good. The seating is really comfortable. It's really well designed for older riders. It won't give you that twist and zap off into the distance. It accelerates slowly, which is really important to a lot of older riders. Got to do something about these mirrors to get them a bit further apart. I'm sure I can take them off the centre here and move them out onto the handlebars, which will make it a lot easier for me to see behind me. But if you're a smaller person, you shouldn't have any trouble. For me, though, all I'm looking at is half of my shoulders and not behind me. Anyway, you can get this model and all of the other models available from Meet One from our Trike Bike website, which is trikebike.com.au. Thank you for being with us today. Please press the buttons and look at the videos, like and subscribe, look at other videos on our website. It all helps us with YouTube rankings. And if you have any questions, just call our office. That's it for now. I'll see you next time.